That looks amazing.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be vertical, actually. Thank you, dude.
That's awesome. Shitty Wi-Fi or?
It's just got a delay.
Are you shooting vertical?
I think I have to for. So you think you could frame that a little bit? Oh, why? Oh, horizontal.
All right. Is it live?
Hey, open Instagram quick, please.
Of course. Go ahead, do your thing. Whatever you're gonna do.
We're live. Can
You were
you
right there with some nudies on there, so don't judge.
can you look me up and see? Oh yeah, I
you're
love
right
the
there.
algo.
You're right there.
Let me see it.
Yeah, go to the left a little bit, I think, right? Were you able to make it go wide version?
Why won't this fucking spin? Oh, I'm also mic'd, so probably shouldn't be swearing. All right, stick with us, everybody. We're figuring this out. Go on YouTube. I think it should go to YouTube too.
It's not this camera, dude. It's a different camera.
No, it is. This one is just
Is it?
delayed.
Oh, okay.
Oh, YouTube is already. Oh, it's.
This YouTube goes horizontal, and then oh, that's great.
Let's go. All right, hey, you guys got audio? Oh, hold on.
still really low. Yeah. If I talk it out of the line, right? So we're gonna try to gain up a little bit. The audio crew, we're figuring it out.
You want this one, Ken?
Let's go. All right. So we're putting on this illumination seminar. We have Dan Pettit from Northern Outdoor Living. What's up? I am Kevin Choquette from Raven Builders. Dan has an artwork that he wants to share with the industry today, and it's going to be in the form of an illuminated privacy wall. We're going to do a feature wall out here. We've started it, we've prepped it, the decking and the trend isn't what we're out here to show off, right? We're out here to show off kind of his magic behind the way that he creates these scenes, and it is a scene. So I'm gonna let him kind of give you guys a quick background on how we got here. I'm gonna start setting it up, and then he is gonna teach me how to build one of these privacy walls. We're gonna fire this thing up, drop the curtains, and take a look.
All right. Can you guys hear me? All right. So first of all, thanks to Everlast, thanks to Kevin, Raven Builders, for having me be able to come up and host in this whole event. So these guys didn't have to do that, and they're doing it. It's really amazing. Second of all, I don't know. I just want to set the ground where I'm not claiming to be an expert on any one thing. I'm not trying to say that I'm the best at anything out there. All I know is that I really like dabbling with illumination and sounds, and people have been asking me over the years how some of that comes together, and I just want to be able to show people what's going on, a little bit that I know. I'm pretty sure I'm going to learn a lot from Kev, from you guys. Maybe if there's any questions at the end, or if you see me doing something that possibly, you'd say, hey, why don't you just do it this way instead, and maybe I'm going to learn a lot from you guys. So, going to have a good time, share a bunch. Third mic? Sure you don't want this one? Okay. So that's what we're going to do today. So I don't know, some of you guys have seen some stuff I've done, some of you haven't. I've really gotten to messing with the fiber optic lights themselves, and then I use Inlight in a big way to kind of complement, I don't know what you're going to call it, just the pieces, the scapes that I'm putting together. The Inlight's a great, hardy outdoor system that I can trust, right? So I'm using that. The fiber optics are, nothing's made for outside. So when we create a structure, we got to flash that all in like it's a home, and we got to make that watertight so that the light engine itself, which I'll show you, the light engine stays nice and dry, doesn't get moisture, doesn't freeze. So what I want to do is, where'd that poster go? You still have the poster? Okay, so, yeah, well, what I want to tell him is we're going to go, I just want to take the whole process, 20, 30 minutes, whatever it takes, to get from just a regular cladded wall that we're going to assume that everyone here can start at this point, right? Framing a wall, cladding it. And we're gonna make it interesting, have some fun. So we're gonna go through the whole process, every little step, and we're gonna have to swing it this way always, yeah. Oh, we're unplugged. Great. Okay. So there's nothing really special here. One of the only things that I do particular during the framing is that I make sure my studs are recessed from my top and bottom plates. And so you can see I started some of these fibers. I left this open. Kev's going to do almost every step along the way. He's never done it before. We've never really talked about it. So once we get all these fibers in, we still need to clad the back. So what I do is I take my 2x4 wall plates, or 2x4 studs, and now I can put them in here, and I'm always going in between, weaving all the fibers that I'm putting through. So otherwise, either we're drilling a hole for every one of them, or we're snapping them, or we're doing crazy stuff. So That's one of the only particular things for the framing that we do is we just do our offset studs.
All right, so let's just talk about the components here. So we have a privacy wall built. You're going to do offset framing so you can kind of track through without having to drill everything.
That's right.
And then so you have a driver for your fiber optic.
So that's a light engine, is what they call it.
You have a light engine, and then this is one component that you buy that has a certain amount of fiber optic strands.
Yeah, this
How
is,
many strands is this?
I think this is a 500. This is a really small one. Any of the projects that I've been posting are usually a 2,000 strand engine, and the collar's going to be a lot bigger. But all this does is has a light in there that shines out, and these are just tunnels or conduit, right? That's all it is. I'll never have to service these. I'll only need access to my engine if that fails for any reason. You unscrew this collar, it pops out. You put one that works, put it back in.
So how about I start drilling some holes? You
Okay.
want to kind of walk them through as I'm going?
Yeah, I don't know if we want to do it sideways so they can see you drilling, me thread here.
Okay, all right, so I'm getting to work here. I'm on the clock, so I'm going to start drilling. I got to be doing something. I'm just standing around. Like jazz.
Yeah, okay. So kind of 50-50 for everyone.
All right, here we go. So I'm pretty much just going to drill holes wherever. You're going to see the pilot bit come through, and then you're just going to stick a strand drill out of that pilot bit. Is that correct?
That's what's going to happen. Now
Can
we
you
need.
turn up my microphone a little bit so I don't have to scream into these things? No? All right, I'll just scream. It's like the same volume. I feel bad for the people that are on the online stream because I'm just screaming at this microphone.
So the other thing that we didn't talk about, Kevin,
Yes, sir.
is we don't want to see the fibers through our cracks if we're doing any kind of spacing. So we're always plying that.
Yes, sir.
Blacking it out with flashing, black paint. We want to create something solid so we're not seeing any light we don't want to see. We're only seeing the light we want to see. Okay, that's up to your discretion. You can.
What size is this drill?
It's a 16th inch, and it's just long enough to get through the.
All right, and you can put up to 2 strands through that hole?
Depends how big the strands are. These are 0.75 millimeter. Some of them are 1.25, and that's a millimeter, and that's going to be like perfect for
All right, so
an 1/8 inch hole.
I'm pretty much just going to sand a hole.
You can do that, right? So we got a guy in the front drilling. We got a guy in the back, or gal,
Work out.
or gal.
Should we get the audience up here to poke some
Yeah,
strands?
I think we could get people doing both.
Does
If they
anybody
want.
want to poke a strand?
Sure, let's do one.
All right.
Do that again, because I didn't see the hole.
You lost the pilot hole.
I can see on this
tiny
side.
coming through the back
Okay.
of that plywood. I can see it in
Got
the
it.
front, but you really got to be like watching the drill bit come through and keep that mark.
Okay, you
Push
see it,
the
Ken?
strand through. So we're just going to
Now
take
pull that all the way
here,
through.
Just take some slack, and then we're
There you
pretty much
go.
just hanging those where they are. You see in the second part when he comes through, he's going to glue them all from the back and then cut them flush. And it's going to come out with this appearance where you can't see them when they're all.
Well, we got 2/3 of it done. You can't see it, right?
Okay, ready?
Yeah, keep her going. Do it again, boss. My bad. Okay? Now you're just doing random ones, right? You could be doing constellations, you could do whatever. Okay, here it comes. See it? Yep, I got you. All right. Yep. Now, I don't know where you're at, but we do have studs that we sometimes we hit and we can't see them. Okay.
Now, Dan, was that a different size strand, the last one that you used? Is
That
there
was-
different size strands in this?
Yeah, that one. was just randomly probably accidentally put in to this collar. Give me that second to last one. And then maybe we'll start gluing them out. Okay? They're not poking through. I think you have to do a little bit more. Yeah, go ahead, get on out. Yep. Yep, go ahead. A lot of communication on this part. Sometimes it's 7, 8 feet tall and you gotta be able to. Alright? Should we glue it up, Kev, or you want a couple more? Give me that one more time. Okay. Okay. Yep, I see it. That was my mom. I got it. Go ahead. Take it out. Okay, my man. Yep, ready. Want glue? Right, so it's super random. Now, because of what we're going to be doing here, the special kind of thing we're going to be accenting, we're going to treat it like it kind of fades up and gets a little more dense up top. But if you look at any night random sky, it's super random, and there's really no right or wrong to this. No, I say we're good. Okay? How many more you gonna do? How many more you gonna do? Yep. Okay. Okay. I can't find the last one. Let me do the one you just did. Yep. Huh? I got it. Yep. Okay. Now, normally I'd be going back at the end of the day. I come back with a Gorilla type glue, and I'd hit every one of these where they poked out. Because right now they're just gonna go in and out, in and out. But we got to eventually cut these flush, so we just see, well, we don't see them is the whole point. We just have a cut out flush conduit. So I would do that the night when we're leaving. We come back in the morning and then cut it, but we don't have that kind of time here. So I did find some 30-second gel glue. Kevin, let's hit all the ones you did. Okay, so we're gonna have to cut this eventually, so we need it. Yeah, let's do that. All right. So we normally clean all this up, but right now we just want to show the process.
What are we going to cut them with?
We're gonna take just a blade.
Just a blade like utility knife.
Yep. No, I'm not getting any.
So the other components that we have in here is we have a Smart Hub 150 from Inlight. We're using their flex tone, so it's a flexible strip light that we can do color changing. Dan has designed and manufactured a sort of blender component, which is pretty much it's like kind of like a little quarter round wheel that has 3 spaces in it that we can insert the plastic profile strip for these Inlight Smart Flex. Because what we're trying to do is create a blend of color. So this is the component that he's manufactured. This is custom patent pending. So what we're going to use this for is we have this profile strip as seen on the front of that part that's holding that flex tone in place, and we're going to apply 3 of those and play with the color to try to create kind of a blend of a few different colors. Sunset, right?
That's it.
So we have a piece of profile. You'll see when we spin it back around, that's what you're looking at. It's 3 pieces of profile with 3 pieces of Smart Flex rounded up out of here. These go to our drivers, and those drivers go to our Smart Hub. That will just control from the Inlight out, and we can go in there with the feature, the color feature, and kind of change those colors around, really to any color. It goes from pretty much white to really dark purple, and everything in between.
Okay, I think I got them all.
We're good?
Yeah, can we pause now and just talk a little bit about what we're doing for a client? So I never come to a client and say, hey, I got an idea. I'm gonna do something I really want to do. We treated me and Kev came up with the time. We treated Everlast just like I would treat any client. They have a seed of a vision they want to be hanging out with. Because whatever we're doing, we're trying to make it kind of classic and going to be last in 20 years, and they're not going to be tired of looking at it. So that process can take a while, but we want to get something that means something to that client. So in the past, I've done spots. I'm from Minnesota, so we got a lot of Minnesota spots that we recreate for people that they just have an affinity for whatever reasons they do, but they love it, right? So me and Kev came up with the design because of what? Where we from? It's an homage to their heritage, right?
Yeah, so the company's roots are based in South Africa. So we kind of looked at African scenes to try to come up with something, right? We got some animals, we got some. So we're gonna unveil, right?
Yeah. So I think we should switch.
Okay.
I think we'll cut, right?
Yeah.
And then we could even give a twinkle teaser just to see what we did. Right?
We're trying to create a scene that's meaningful.
Yeah.
And Dan really works with his clients to find something that means something to them. A lot of them are, I believe, all his jobs are Minnesota landmarks in one way or another. So, seeing as this company is based out of South Africa, we decided to use the South African scenery. Excuse me? It's
Springbok.
So, Springbok. If there's any,
Well, we'll let the audience decide.
If any experts out there, it's a Springbok. I don't want to hear that to Impala, even if you're from South Africa.
So I just want to make sure that all these aren't going to slide in and out because once we cut and once we cloud the back, we're never going back in there. So good time to say we would never, as we're pressure washing the deck, we'd never pressure wash this. It's not happened to me, but I would be too afraid all this work would get shoved back and it's no good. So yeah, take one up here. So all I'm doing is like nick it, little pressure, and then bend it, and then comes right on. Nick, bend, nick, bend, nick, and then try not to scratch it. Damn. Wiggle that one that isn't. I can probably see it back here. Yeah, that's one. We lost. We'll lose a star. That's fine. Okay, so yeah, Yeah, we'll turn those on so we can see what we did. So the light engines come with the code you can scan, and then you have an app that can control everything. Should we put that signs down? Do that there? Okay. So here's just a little teaser of what's going on. Possibly. Let me close out of the app. Alright, so it's just a random thing. You can see, if you look at the night sky on any given night, you're going to see big wide open spaces. You're going to see clusters, depending on how cloudy it is and all that. It's in the red tone. So sometimes we'll ship 2 of these in one hole because they're all going back to the light engine very randomly, and they're maybe turning colors at a different rate. So you get we're trying to make that twinkle effect is emulating as much as we can something that is a twinkling animated kind of scene. So Kevin's feeding the sun through. Okay, and that literally, there you go. So the other thing with this, I just want to finish up any of these kind of features. We got a whole color wheel for the fiber optic stuff, right? It's on twinkle mode speed 4. We can go down to 1, it slows down. I like 4 just to make sure we're feeling the motion. They have modes. So this is 7 color fade. It's a nice one if you just want to feel like it's constantly turning something different. You got 7 color breathe. This is just really indicative of all the LED stuff you can get on the market. And it goes through fades, breathes, jumps, right? Just jumping, a little too abrupt for me. Flashing. Keep it going? All right. So I'm a big fan of this one. So the next thing, another dimension to the whole piece, we're making a setting sun or setting moon, either one you want to call it. So this is hooked up to the inline app. So we've also hooked on a dimmer, a touch dimmer. So when I turn that sun on, hold up, I turn the sun on, and it's too, you get your bright. That might be a little too bright for a glass of wine at the end of the night with a fire. I'm usually liking that first one, but you got 4 different clicks, right? So I'm going to go with number 2. Piece is next, right? I got standoff. The bottom's going to go right into the 2x4 cab. Right, so here's the South African skyline. Oh, we don't even need to do that, do we? Okay. So the things I had to come up with is if I ever did a standoff, it's how are we going to keep that nice and consistent? I'll put a couple in for the effect. What I have here is some black nylon washers. Hopefully it's just going to disappear in the back. Different lengths. And then we have screws that are going to go, we thread them on. So these are 1 inch. Let's do 3 of those, and let's do 1 in the back of the tree. And we're going to pre-drill it. Yep, we got a bigger bit. Yeah, we'll use that one. It's somewhere, but we don't need it. Alright, so let's do like 1, 2. Where's the other? Oh, you got the impact. You got the 15 on there? Here's your 15. That's what you want. Drive that in. We'll put the standoff collars back there. All right. So we're just going to put these spacers back in. You want to give it to me a little bit more so I can put all three on? Okay. So I know that we have a 3-inch standoff. Go ahead. You just take her down. Okay. We'll take a Sharpie. We'll hit that. Let's just do one more. We can do one here and one here, maybe. And then I think that'll be good for the demonstration. Right on. 1, 2, 3. Hit it. That's one more. You want to do one more? Pre-driven already. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Sorry, I got it. 1, 2. There you go, Kev. Okay. Now do we want to drop? Do you want to drop, get the effect going of the lights, or what's next? I think that, and then we do the experimental part that I've never done yet. We're gonna drop this down so we have a nice dark cubby to enjoy the lights in. All right. Just help with the effect. Maybe leave this open for these guys. I don't know. Okay. Take it back, son. Just get it out of the, yeah, no, right. Alright. So this is where I take it a lot of times. And we wanted to do something special. We wanted to really create a horizon line. So me and Kev were kind of coming up with that idea. I ran 3 Evo light strips at different angles, trying to create different layers of the horizon. And we used the inlight control panel. Let's see. We're just going to create a couple, save them on a scene. Okay. So here is my bottom. Sorry, here we go. Oh, hold on now. Take her down. Okay. Okay, so let's start with a deep red base, right? That's okay. Now, what I learned is these light. I'm no scientist, but these light waves start canceling out. And you think you'd add together, but what you're doing is you're creating some stuff that you wouldn't normally think of. So that's my first Evo. That's probably at a 15 degree, going kind of straight back, setting that base. The next one is the middle. That's a 38 degree. This is what I came up with. Let's turn it on. Okay. Now let's get that like an orange, right? Okay. Now I got one that's doing an 85 degree that's going to kind of get this back. If it's totally dark out, you're really going to see that blended, real sweet up the depth board. We'll see what happens here. The top one, I'm going to go like a yellow. Right? What do we got? That's interesting, right? So, thanks to Enlight, where's Nick? Told him to stand by. Where is he? help me just punch a scene in. I want to save that. I want to come back to it. What am I doing? Hit scene? Don't tell me, just do it. I want to save that.
So what he's talking about is you can actually create a scene. So he can change these colors up and kind of develop a pattern of color. He can save that as a scene, and then he can recreate like a different plant and save that as a different scene. So as he kind of plays around with it and then finds one that he likes and moves on to another, he can go back to that other one once he has a winner. And it really makes a lot of sense when you're trying to do something like this, playing around with.
Scene one, boom, there it is. Okay, let's pretend that's a moon now. I like doing the sun moon thing. I'm going to turn the top and mid off. Let's start with a deep blue, right? Let's start with a deep blue. The mid one, we're going to go to like blue to like purpley kind of fade here. I got to turn it on. Then I get my color wheel. I turn it on. Sorry, guys.
It's okay, man. We're here.
Okay, good. Stay there. Don't go there. So the bottom again. Start with the blue. The mid. I'm going to get my color wheel here. Here we go. Now I'm going to give it a purpley. Now let's do the top. Let's go. I don't know. Sometimes you just got to mess with it. Turn it on. I can't really see. We're hitting different wavelengths. I feel like I have to go to the bottom again and get it deeper. Right? Now we save that. So now, I believe, that's the first one we did. There's the second one we did. We can do it on and on and on, right?
So we are going to we're going to clad the back of this thing because it's going to live in the booth for the rest. So we just have some pieces of cladding. Typically, what Dean would do is he actually create access panels for the back that are flashed in and watertight to keep the engine, to keep everything dry. But for now, for the sake of efficiency, we're gonna clad the back. But if anybody wants to come up, we're just gonna open up the booth quick. If you guys want to come in and take a closer look, see what's happening here, if you want to have any questions or anything like that. And other than that, we'll probably close this thing up. You guys can grab a beverage and we enjoy you guys all coming out here. And thank you.
Again, thanks, everlasting. Thanks, Kevin. It's good to have him without both of them for sure. And I appreciate it, man. Get out of the way now.